Okay, sorry, we're back into this. We're going Hanamura now, and this is Team Knight is attacking first. Blue team is going for a Ryan Diva comp, which is interesting. Ryan gets hacked right away and is trapped, it seems like, which is unfortunate. But he's down on health. But his he has the Mercy, which is keeping him up. Red team is going on a counter dive on attack. It looks like they're just trying to get the picks. However, blue team gets the Junkrat, and I think they should have to back off here. Looks like they're still trying to push in. I'm going to try to get a better view. It's kind of hard with this map, but the red team gets the Tracer down. That's big, but the Tracer's going to be able to get back pretty fast. So the blue team just kind of needs to stall. Them holding this choke really close is going to be unfortunate because they can push in, and get those hooks like that. Now Trap is by himself. He needs to back up and let the rest of the team support him. Soldier's up on the high ground, which is good, but he drops down. He needs to join his team. Stay with the shield. He is now on point by himself. If someone dives him right now, that would be deadly to him. But he is holding farther back, and that allows the tanks to push forward. There is the shatter right there, but Trap is stuck in a Trap gets trapped. The Pharah is down though, so they can focus very vertically or horizontally, but they lose Hot Sauce, which is unfortunate. But blue team blows their ults, blows a lot of them, and gets a lot of the other team down. They should be able to take this. However, they lose Munchie, which is their main healer. So now they have Transcendence up, but they just lost that. So all they have is the Harmony Orb. They missed their Pulse Bomb, and it's not much versus the Hog and the Pharaoh, which are going to... And the Pharaoh has Harmony on him. That's going to keep them up for a long time. Red team does a good job of knowing when the blue team was in a little bit of discord, not together, and so they used the Riptire to help split them apart even more, and then just kind of backed off and played passively and with their tanks on the point until Transcendence wore off, and then they were able to keep that high sustain with the Zen in the back to really take them out, especially once they got the Diva out of mech. Alright, they're pushing into second point. Stealth RTG is looking for the ult. Let's see if we can watch that. They're pushing through high ground, and looks like blue team is holding high ground as well. However, their soldier is low, and their Diva is trying to poke. The Diva goes high to support them, and the soldier, I think, is joined them by now. Hog is looking for a hook off of that, but he is discorded. He misses his hook, but Trap goes down. And here's this. He's gonna... Oop. Yep, Stealth takes a hit. Finally gets healing. She can probably EMP off... Or... Farrah can EMP grenade. Concussive Blast off of this. Sorry, EMP is wrong. Concussive Blast off of this to put her in position to ult if she does it right. But looks like their Junk is ulting first. Let's see if we can get anything. Nope, it just goes for the Diva and doesn't get much. But they do get trapped down again, which is, again, without a main tank, it's hard to really push in. They can't take the ground they need to. They use all their ults, and that's going to be unfortunate. I need to watch Trap more. I don't know what made him go down on this one. I think he's just playing too aggressive. That's his main problem right now, is he's playing too aggressive. When the team starts pushing in, he needs to be able to give up ground with his shield. You want to play forward, but you also need to know when to back up. Yeah, it's... Trap goes down, and that could just be because they're focusing him really well, but I do think that it's some unfortunate. Alright, we're seeing Trap on Winston here. We need to see if Trap can figure out how to play Winston well. The jumping to high ground, dropping down, and having the leap away. And you need to see if they can coordinate with the Diva. The red team is going counter dive, so that's going to be rough. So what the Winston needs to do on this point when they have counter dive in that tight little formation, Winston needs to go for maximum cleave, which is getting as much damage because his taser hits each person in his radius. If he can just jump on them and have the Diva follow them up with the micro missiles and just taser them because it will get ults so quickly, that would be big. and it will get them down. If they can get a Genji, which they do have, if they have the Genji, so if they have the Winston, they're going pretty much all dive here, like a good dive comp. They don't have the Zen, they're opting for the Moira instead for the heal ball in. But so basically they need to get Trap and Tig Biddies to like full on micro missile taser them, and then have the Genji just dash through, and they should be able to deal a lot of damage that way, and that would be really big. But they need to get it right. They need to be able to do that. It looks like they're holding the top left ground, which is a rare strategy. We don't see this much. So I'm not sure. Blue team needs to figure out how to deal with it. They could dive straight to point and catch them unawares. They could go right side all the way around. Genji's poking. He goes too far immediately. I think he got hooked. That's what I saw. Blue team decides to push in anyway. They do go straight for point. It makes them reposition. There's a big anti-grenade in there, which is going to make Trap go down. I think Trap used his bubble too early. He didn't have it on point, or it went down really fast. But the anti makes the tanks go down. Tig is still alive. Where's Tig? Tig's right there. She's really overextended. She's probably going to go down here. Yep. Gets hooked. Out of mech. This is going to be a big stagger. They let her leave, but now they have to wait for the D.Va to get back into her mech before they can push in. And it might at this point just be smart for Tig to just walk back to spawn. Because they're going to have that shield up, if red team is playing right, she shouldn't get charged fast. She's like, she charged it fast anyway. But if you just go to spawn, switch off a hero, switch back, you'll have that D.Va mech back, and you can just push in right away. Man, they're playing really close together. Focusing, moving in, and then jumping up all at once with the Lucio boost, that would be big. Someone's on point. Looks like Winston's trying to get on. He gets sucked back. That's stops him in the tracks. Don't know where the D.Va was. I don't think she got in mech yet. Yeah, she wasn't in mech yet. She just got it back. Their push isn't going to go anywhere. Didn't see Trap use bubble. I think he probably used it too early or didn't know when to use it. High Noon goes off, zoning out the players, leaving the Moira kind of stranded. She fades out, but yeah, they're not going to be able to push in. Where's Tig? Is Tig out? Nope. She gets staggered again. Tig, you got to be able to die on point. They leave her alive as baby D.Va. But again, you're not going to be able to push in like that. She got some bullets in it before she got out, but they have to wait. They have to wait. Alright. Let's see if Hot Sauce can stick a sticky on this. Throws it down, doesn't get anything. Genji goes down because he's in all by himself. That's going to be unfortunate. They get mech back, but now they can't really do a push. They have to wait for her Fizzy to come back. She's taking on the trap so they can push right side, or just have it down in general. But the problem is now is Junk will throw down a different trap. So in those cases, it might just be like, leave the trap there so we don't get, and he thinks that we don't see it. Goes on point. The team red team rotates onto point. They get a pick on Anna. That's big. McCree is low. Looks like the rest of the team. Genji uses ult. He gets the Riptire. That's big. Yeah. That ult probably just saved him right there. If they can take down this Hog. Last time they had trouble taking out the Hog on point, especially with an Orisa to stake the shield. I don't know if they're going to get this or not. They get the beat drop from Lucio, and they take down Orisa. They need to take down this Moira, or else the Hog will stay alive forever. Hog should always be last target. I'll say it again. Hog should always be last target. He has such a high lifespan. Take out everyone else before it, because because you're focusing him and because he has the Moira helping, he is staying alive too long. The High Noon doesn't go off, and it looks like they're just going to stagger this. They get the Junk down, and Moira's the last one on point. And they get it. However, the team stalled very long time. I'd be interested if somebody steps in that trap. I think Trap might have. I don't know. Looks like they're going to cap it.
Greetings. Objective A captured. New defense point. Objective B.
They're setting up high ground. Fizzy already almost has his ult back. That's crazy. He's charging it very fast, and that's very impressive. However, Trap gets hooked, which is unfortunate, to be honest. I hope... Yeah, Fizzy's not going to ult here because he got trapped. He's going to go down. Woo! That's a pulse bomb if I ever saw one. So the team's about even now, but I think the red team will take this because... Ooh! No, I don't think so, to be honest. If they can... It really depends on this ult. They drop the beat. Yeah, you gotta just hope your team... I think it was about to run out of time, but with that, you gotta wait for the beat drop to wear off so you can actually get kills off of that. I think they're gonna get the stagger, but red team is really back in numbers, back in full force, and they take out Munchie, and it looks like they lost Fizzy, but they're still taking down people here. They need to focus that Zen down. They have that ult. Moira's on point. They don't have many people on point. They need to stick on point. Winston's on point now. Bet the Deepa's gonna go down. Lucio's back on point. Yeah. So they lost Fizzy. Don't really know what happened there, but I think the push would have died anyway. McCree uses ult. Paused. Let's see what happened there. I think what happened is they didn't really stay on point together, and they used beat drop to protect from Jungle, which is good, but they didn't focus people down, so when they came onto point one by one, they didn't stagger them and they didn't kill them, and so it allowed the other people to make it back in. There's the high noon. The other team is blue team. Trap's team is going to have to group back up. Sorry. Just wanted to see how that worked. Okay. They're looking for some chip damage here. Trap is pushing up. He gets trapped. You got to keep an eye out for that. A trap has been there every single time. Monkey's left side. He's looking for a way in. Lezra almost has ult. Monkey jumps in. Didn't call out dive fast enough, so Tig wasn't there to follow up on that, so he goes down immediately. You need every one of your DPS to come in with you, and you need the Moira orb in there to keep you alive as well. It should be big enough, it's stun enough that you should be able to take out a supporter. So I think Fizzy's going to, at the very least, he's staggered here. He should see if he can micro missile jump across the chasm to group up with his team. But it looks like he's just staying here to shoot that wall. You know, as you do. So they've gone off of full dive and they're now on half dive with the junk and the soldier. I don't know if that's the best option. Both the DPS are left side, and both the tanks are mid. It's going to allow that dive, well, not the dive, the counter dive to just kind of drop down. He did a good job of focusing down the supercharger, but they're not going to get this because they have more healing and the blue team lost both their healers. I would just jump off the point at this point. Made it back. Ooh. Gets shot at, but he makes it back.
Much better.
All right.
30 seconds remaining.
Man, I don't know.
Cursory evaluation indicates time's running
There we go.
out.
Escaped from the trap of watching Fizzy. All right, they're trying to push through here. No, wait, did I? Let me go. I don't know how to get off of Fizzy. Let's do this.
Enemies detected.
10 seconds remaining.
Time to raise my APM.
This is rough. I'm just locked onto these people.
I've got you in my sights.
Overtime.
Wow, they get the kills. Sorry, I'm not even spectating this because I'm having trouble with my spectating. I don't know how the controls work on this well enough.
Gemeinsam kämpfen wir.
It's Hanamura.
High Noon gets 2. I bet they're going to take this back now unless Hot Sauce gets a crazy ult. Does not. He's going to go down. I have control back. They get picks, and it's just Orisa on point and Mercy. Or just Orisa and then the tanks and Mercy. But, yep, the team's going to come back in numbers. They're going to be able to hold. I mean, they're doing a good job of focusing. But their Mercy went down, so that's where their healing is gone. But their Lucio comes back on point, so that can be big. They're doing a great job of focusing down different people at once.
Nerf this.
There's a self-destruct on point, which forces people off of it.
Get through this. Yeah. Rowdy
Red team pulls out just different heroes, like a Reaper to take out the tanks, but
The Mahol.
Lucio goes down. I don't know. I think red team's gonna take this back now, finally, with the coalescence. Blue team is gonna be really mad about that.
I've got you in
That's
my
rough.
sights.
Defeat.
So red team just did a good job of stalling there. They stayed alive with their defensive ults and finally got other people in to use their coalescence to keep everyone alive. They switched on to fast heroes who could get on the point quick and stalled pretty well. They usually had 2 people on point. And yeah. But here's this ult we missed.
Triple kill.
That's big. Alright. I think both teams did a good job of using their ults well. I just think that red team did a better job of just staggering, or just like coming on point, calling out who needs to go down and focusing them. Even if they die, they realize that their team will be able to kill that one person. They have a closer spawn and they'll be able to get it faster. Okay.